Okay. All right. All right. Bye. Hello. 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 Everybody coming in. Hello. 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 Give people time to come in. Come in. Come in. Hello, Courtney. How are you, darling? Oh, sorry. Let me cut this down. Let me cut this down. Hello, hello, pretty. It looks like Pretty V. Welcome, welcome. We'll get started in a few minutes. You're the first person in here besides my mods. So tonight we are going to talk about fragrance side hustle. So Pretty V, if you're interested, you've got time to grab a notebook and some paper. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm giving people time to get in here. Hopefully everybody had a good day today. KL, I hope I said your name right. Thank you for coming tonight. The topic is going to be about we're talking about fragrance side hustles, but aside any side hustles that you could do for the holidays. That's what the topic is for tonight. Hello, Cherie, Michelle. Thank you for coming. You got time to grab a pen and paper? Just trying to give some people time to come in. We're going to be talking about side hustles, fragrance side hustles. Welcome, welcome to everybody coming in. Trying to give people a few minutes to get in. If y'all are waiting for me, hello, candle maker. If y'all could do me a huge favor and like the video for me to get me on the FYP, and then we will get started. You got time to grab a pen and some paper? Because I always go over the scent of the week and anything new that I've gotten. Hello, Shanika. Thank you for stopping through. Oh, thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. All right, so I'll go ahead and get all of the fun stuff out of the way. Let me share this live real quick. But we're going to talk about what fragrances we had for the scent of the week and all of that fun stuff. Let me send out this live real quick. And hopefully you all had an amazing week this week. And welcome to everybody coming in. Give me just a quick second here. I'm looking for a particular person. All right. Welcome to everybody coming in. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and hopefully everybody will be in here so that I don't have to go over this again. The topic of the live this week is going to be fragrance side hustle. So you have time to grab a pen and paper. For those of you that are new here, thank you for stopping through and hope that you'll hang out for a while. For those that have been here before, you know we always start with our scent mail that we got for the week. So I've got quite a few reviews that I need to do. I just got this one today. What's up, Rob? I see you coming through. If you all can see that one. This one I actually got from a company called Risala, and it is called Leon Alward. It's supposed to be like a fruity floral. So look for the review coming on this one. I literally just got it today. Another one that I'm excited about is this one from Dossier. All right, I'm super excited about this one because when I got on TikTok, this was a goal that I wanted to go for. So if you've ever ordered from Dossier before, they do the inspired scents. This one is ambery vanilla, which is inspired by YSL, Black Opium. All right, so that's what it looks like. So more to come on that. So I've got a lot of reviews that I have to do. And some other things that I have to do reviews on. This is amazing. funny story. I don't have anything connected to this live, so I could actually tell you. This is called Nello Supercom. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Go check out my link in the bio, but hopefully you all can see there's some of the ingredients there. But it does actually chill you out. It made me too chill, so I have to take it at night. So you all can laugh about that one. And then, of course, you all have probably seen this around these TikTok streets, the Better Alt and Stormy combo, and then also the hydrating mask. So I will be doing reviews on all of these, and they're in my TikTok shop. All right, so we've got a few people in, and there's going to be people coming in and out, but we're going to go ahead and get started because I don't want to hold you all anymore. Don't forget to get the likes up for me. Get me on the FYP so we'll have some more people that come in. Let me close this box really quick. If you all can do me a favor and drop in the comments, how long do we have before Black Friday gets here? Real quick, before you have time to think about it. And the second part of that question is, do you plan, if you are on a TT shop, do you plan on being live that day? Or if you own a business, drop your business in the chat so that everybody knows to look out. You got it, Rob. 6 weeks. So we have 6 weeks if you own a business to get it together. What's up, Key? You didn't miss anything. I just went through the scent of the week and the scent mail that I got that I have to do reviews on. But if you own a business, you have 6 weeks to get it going because Black Friday on TikTok is going to be. What's up, Nakia? Yes, Rob, you have 6 weeks. 6 weeks, 6 weeks. All right. So TikTok is going to be crazy, all type of deals. So if you are going to be a consumer, make sure that you save your money because there's going to be all kind of deals and everything like that. I don't know exactly who's doing what, but just look out for the deals. They haven't listed them as far as TikTok shop, but definitely keep your eye on mine and others. How about that? So since a couple of my heavy hitters are in here, let's really go ahead and get started. Grab your notebook. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Grab your notebook and a piece of paper. And actually, Nakia, I'm glad you're in here because you can help me with some of this because you can answer the questions. I'm going to go over some, especially if you are a perfume collector. Let's talk about fragrance side hustles. And let me give a quick shout out to me too, Nakia. Let me give a quick shout out to my god brother who just got out of surgery. So if I seem like I'm rushing, it's because I literally had to hurry up and get back so that I can do this live. But he's doing good. He's out of surgery. So I appreciate those of you that inquired about him. He is good. He had reconstructive surgery on his shoulder. So I appreciate that, and shout out to my god brother. God is amazing. Shout out to Katie and also to my niece who is taking care of him so that I was able to come back and hang out with you all. All right, so when you do a fragrance side hustle, first of all, what is that? We know a lot of us, we have our regular jobs, your 9 to 5, right? But your side hustle is just that. A side hustle can be passive income because the goal is you want to make money in your sleep, right? So let's talk about social media first. We're on social media anyway, so why not make money off of it, right? Why not make money off of it so that you can earn money in your sleep? It's nothing like getting that cash app out, right? Getting that cash app when you wake up, right? Whatever it is, whether it's fragrance, whether you're doing, a lot of people are doing ebooks. If you have knowledge, put it in an ebook or a PDF and sell it. Make sure that you're not only on TikTok, but you've also got FB. You all should know what that stands for. IG, SC, right? A lot of people sleep on the chat. Don't sleep on the chat because for business, it's good. It's amazing for getting your businesses out there. And of course, we have Big A, right? You've got LTK, you've got Pinterest, you've got all kind of stuff out there. Court, can you do me a favor? Either you or Rob, can you drop in the chat for me? I should not have anything linked to this live, correct? So that I could talk in free space. What I mean by link and what I'm asking them for is to make sure I don't have anything for TikTok shop linked. Okay, sorry, I got a text that I needed to look at. All right. So that should give you all time. Welcome, welcome for everybody that came in. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Uh, I make sure I'm gonna disconnect these lives so I don't get a violation, so I could talk in free space. Because if I have something connected for a TikTok shop, I have to talk about that. But check out my TikTok shop though, especially if you're shopping. I have a lot of perfumes, gift sets, etc., that are related to fragrance. So everybody now should have their pen, paper, and let's do it. So, one thing, if you don't know how to do, I recommend that you get into. Agreed, Nakia. And for those of you watching the replay, especially on YouTube, she said side hustle is doing it on the side for reasonable prices. All right. And Shanika, welcome back. All right. So, first of all, for those of you that are new to me, my name is Tina. I am the creator of this podcast, Bubbles and Flames, where we talk about anything and everything fragrance. All right, so welcome. We do this every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. We usually go for an hour, but sometimes we go over. So if you all want to hang out tonight, I'm more than welcome to stay and answer questions. So when you talk about a side hustle, what I recommend, because I'm a candle maker, I've been making candles. I'm on a break right now to focus on building the podcast, but I've been making candles since 2018. But I have been doing some sort of aromatherapy side hustle since I was 18 years old. So it's been a minute. I'm not going to give you that number, but it's been a minute. All right. So your side hustle coming from me, these are my personal feelings about it, should be something that you enjoy doing because you already have your 9 to 5 in most cases. For those that do this for business, we'll get to you all in just a second. Like this podcast is a side hustle for me, but I hope in the future that it will become something that I do full time. So your side hustle should be something that is fun. If you are here, you more than likely, unless you are just supporting me and I appreciate it. And if you're on the FYP watching in the halls, come on in, come on in. But do something that you love and can talk about without even thinking about it. And for most of us, that is fragrance. Whether you are a fragrance collector, whether you are a candle, soap maker, skincare maker, or you are in the fragrance world. Because I do have, such as Nakia, I do have perfume collectors, junkies, addicts that come through here, however they want to refer to themselves. But they also do side hustles, which we'll talk about that. So, the first thing that you want to do is decide you have 6 weeks, let me say 5, to get this together. Why do I why did I take a week away? Because you need to get it together, decide what you're going to do, and start advertising. If you all see me look away, it's because I have notes. All right, what do you want to do for your side hustle? If you are a candle or a soap maker, some suggestions that I strongly give to you: do holiday bundles, right? Black Friday is going to be insane for all of us, especially if you are selling something. So think about what it is that you want to do and start, jotting down your notes. How many of you, if you can drop in the chat for me, know what Chat GPT is or Copilot? There's literally now getting to be hundreds of them. Um, Genius is another one. There's so many of them, but I'm talking about AI. Hey, Miss Delicious. Yep, and the kid gave you a idea. First week, do your brainstorming and figure out how much money to start with, if you need money, because you might not need money to do some stuff. So we'll talk about that. So the first thing is, what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do for your side hustle? Hello, Miss Delicious. Thank you for coming, or Delicious rather. All right, so that's your first thing. What are you going to do for your side hustle? The second thing is, what supplies, or how am I going to get started? What supplies do I need, and how am I going to get started? Because by the time we finish this live, I don't want to hear the excuse I've got to have all of this money, because there are things that you can start and create for free, and we're going to talk about that tonight. You're going to have to decide what forms of social media are you going to use. There are places that do free websites. However, when you get into free websites and things like that, be careful, because they're going to want to do advertising. They're going to want you to sign up for all of this stuff. We're trying to do it for the low or free. All right, so you have to keep that in mind as well. So if you look in the chat, Nakia is actually dropping ideas as well. So we've talked about what side hustle are you going to do the first week, and maybe it might not even take you a week. You're going to brainstorm, get your supplies together, decide how you're going to package things. Like I said, for soap makers and candle makers, the easiest things is to do bundles to me. You can do some sort of bundle, some sort of holiday special, and it's also a good time to destash things that you have. You can do mystery boxes. There's all types of things that you can do. With the mystery box idea, very simple. Literally assemble all your products that you need to destash. You put them in a box. You go down the line, assemble your boxes, put whatever you're going to put in the box. All your mystery boxes are a flat fee. They get what they get, and that's the whole fun of it, right? Of a mystery box. You never know what you're going to get. You might get $100 worth of product. You might get $25 worth of product. But what are you losing? Because you would have paid $25 for the box anyway. I'm just giving an example. So mystery boxes can be, like, say if they're $25, you're guaranteed to get at least a product worth $25 and up. And 90% of the mystery boxes, you get product that is worth way more than what you paid. So that's a idea and a way for you to destash. Right now, everybody is in holiday, and they're trying, Halloween, and the focus is on Halloween. So if you do a mystery box, you might get some Halloween stuff in there. You might get some spring stuff in there, because really, if you're in business, you should really be thinking about Valentine's Day at this point, to be honest, because you should be a holiday in front. So the holidays for a business person, based on the retail calendar, you should just be preparing for Black Friday. Then after that, you should already be brainstorming on your Valentine's Day, and then of course Mother's Day. And before Mother's Day, if you participate in it, hello to everybody coming in. If you celebrate 420, you want to make sure you get prepared for that as well, because 420 is big. What's up, Mori from Model Gear? All right, so you should be thinking about all of those items now. Now is the time to do that. You have 5 weeks, because Nakia just dropped in the chat. She broke it down for you for each week, and thank you, Nakia. That saves me some time. Social media and advertising is free. You can also get a free store if you have an IG account, if you have a Facebook account, and also a lot of the things that if you don't have any money or you're cash strapped, how about thinking about print on demand? To start up is free. The store is free. There's a bunch of them out there. Printify, Printful, Gelato. There's a whole bunch of them out there. You can get some t-shirts out there, or whatever it is that you want to sell. That's a free idea. You don't have to come out of your pocket for anything. And you can even set it to where when your customers pay, they'll get their order. All right, so there's just a couple ideas if you are not in the fragrance world, or if you're a soap or candle maker. Those are quick and easy side hustles for you. All right. Oh, okay, Nakia, you showing out. She even put about sending samples out there, right? What we're going to talk about, we're not doing samples, because by the time you get the samples out there, you know how people are. They take their time, and Black Friday will be over, because the goal is you want to get it out there, start advertising, and hit them hard for Black Friday. Because like I said, on this application, on this app, it's going to be absolutely bananas for those of us that have businesses and for those of us that are on TikTok Shop. If you are a consumer and you're just shopping, it is a good time for you to pick up deals. So why not put yourself in the ring, right? And it doesn't cost anything to open up TikTok Shop either. All right. So with that being said, let's talk about how many of you in the chat, because there's a lot of criticism going on right now, if you are in the perfume cologne community, the fragrance community, right? And you have a lot of perfumes or colognes, you have a lot of fragrances, is the word I was looking for. You have a lot of fragrances in your collection, right? How many of you put a heart in the chat for me if you have over 50 perfumes? For my women, for my guys, same thing, over 50 colognes. Drop a heart in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat if you have over 100. And then 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. That's it? Nikki, I thought your number was going to be way higher than that, but you have body oils though. You probably have 1 in 1. All right. Here's the thing. You can take those and you can actually do what's called decanting. How many of you, yep, I figured out for you, Nakia. How many of you all know what a decant is that are in here? I'm assuming nothing. Let me show you an example. I'm assuming nothing because everybody doesn't know what a decant is. So if some of the stuff sounds juvenile, bear with me. All right. And as Nakia just said, some people have more oils than perfume. This particular one that I'm opening up is by Good Chemistry, and this is what's called a sample set. So also, if you are in the soap making or candle making, you can do a small set. But let me show you an example of a decant, and I'm just grabbing. I don't know their fragrances because I wanted to do a review on these, but this is an example of a decant or a sample, right? And you can make these. All right, so you can go over there on Uncle Jeff, right? You can go on Uncle Jeff, and he runs a particular company that starts with an A, right? So you can go over there and you can get all the supplies that you need. You can go on Uline, get some packaging. If you want to start a company, they'll open an account for you. It's net 30. But you can do, these are really little. These are 2 mLs each. So there's 5 here. But, Nakia, correct me if I'm wrong, the typical decant that gets sent out is 5 to 10 mLs, correct? And that's like double the size of what I just showed you. Yep, you can go to Uline. So it's the letter U and line. And when you go in and place your order, if you have, you don't have to have a LLC for that when you go to Uline, but be mindful if you go in there and you try to order $500 or $600 worth of supplies, they're going to ask you to pay up front. Keep it at or below $50. You should be able to get some boxes, and you can go to Dollar Tree and get like shred or something and make them look really pretty. You can get stickers, and really you can really go over to, if you're doing something on a small scale, just go over to Uncle Jeff's house and get your supplies from there. But if you actually run a business, so Nakia, for you, keep your first orders low, and then they will grant you credit. And Uline has everything from boxes to tape to, they even have shred, they have bottles, they have Nakia, for you and for those that do fragrance, the roller balls, they have everything you pretty much need. All right. So does anybody have any questions about that before I go to the next item? All right. If you have any questions, just drop it in the chat and I'll circle back to you. So why is it, Nakia, let me backtrack a little bit. You can go to Uline. They have the different color and different type boxes like that. that one I showed last week with the hey Wes, happy belated birthday week. With the packaging, that open packaging, that was from Uline. When I showed that example that had the two bottles and the candle in it, all of those supplies are from Uline. Yep, Unc. Well, he's not Unc for me, but he's brother for me. But yes, so Nakia, that's where all that came from. All right. Next thing. So while we talked about, well, we're talking about decants, right? So she said, so let me show you. Let me just keep this out and show you the example again, so you can get a visual. The average decant that is sent out is 5 to 10 mLs, right? So if this is 2, and let me give you a size reference here. All right, so here's my pen. So this is 2. So 5 ml would be double this. Actually double plus 1 ml. So it'll be probably about this, maybe almost as big as this pen. So that's a pretty good size to send out. And why is that a big deal? Because a lot of people want to try fragrances, but they don't want to commit to a whole bottle. So, just for example, I have this dossier bottle here. Imagine, and this is, I didn't even think about it, but this, you see the dent that's in here? It's not very much, right? Because I don't like this. I'm not a floral person, but I got this because it's inspired by J'adore, and I like J'adore, but I didn't like this on my skin. So I use it on linens and things like that. I use it as a room spray versus a perfume. All right. So I could technically decant this, and this is a 30 ml, right? So I could either get 15 of this size, the 2 ml, right? Or I could do the 5 and get 6 ml, get 6 decants out of this. So again, if you go over to Uncle Jeff's house, which is, oh hey, Amy. So Amy is Oregon's. She used to be Oregon. So yes, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. So that's what you could do. So you're taking your big one that's just sitting, right? So you see all my scents behind me. I use all of mine, but because I put them on a rotation. But if I wanted to do decants of them, I could send them out. All right. So think about that, because we're talking money here. So that's how you can do that. If you're not going to use it, or if you're just in it to make money, you'll make enough to replace your bottle is your goal. Oh, thanks for the heart me. I appreciate that. All right. So that is your goal. So you will make enough to replace what you sent out. If you're sending or using a whole bottle, you should make enough to replace that. The biggest areas that you'll be able to make money in are your niche fragrances. What do I mean by niche fragrances? And for those of us in the perfume world, and y'all just bear with me, we hear about it all the time. Everybody's sick of talking about it. But Baccarat, especially the extrait, is very popular right now. A lot of people cannot afford to pay $4, $5, $6, $7, $800 and more for a fragrance. So if you have a bottle of Baccarat, right? What's up, Jess? Thanks for coming in. If you have a bottle of Baccarat, you can decant that out, right? And Baccarat is pricey, so people don't mind paying. I don't know what the average price is, but I'm just going to go high here since that bottle is expensive. People don't mind paying $50 for a decant, for a 5 or 10 ml. So to give you an idea, remember 5 was double, right, of this. So 10 is 5 times the size of this. But if I don't have $500, $600, I think is what Baccarat runs for a bottle, and I can get a decant of it, and I could still use it and walk around, right? Because out of a 10 ml, let me tell you how you could flip that. If you really get into it, there's something called Pinterest, which will give you ideas. You can make a body oil, a body mist out of that. You can make a roll-on, right? Because you can turn around and decant that sample again and break it down. You can make a room spray. There's all kind of bases out there and everything else. It's just how far. Thank you for the heart puffs too, Jess. It's how far are you going to make this work for you? I personally use my base from Midwest Candle Co. They sell body spray, room spray, the base for it. I would not recommend, unless you are a soap maker, that you try to make soap out of it unless you are making hand soap or if you are making melt and pour, because there's rules for soap. Again, we're talking about quick flips. I'm trying to keep it super simple and easy for you. So you can take that same decant, 10 mLs or more, because remember this represents 2. So I would say you need at least 10. You can make body oil, body mist. But when you get into the body products, that's something that touches your skin, please be mindful that there are rules that you have to put on those bottles. So whatever bottles that you decide to use, you could do room sprays. I'm going to give you an example. Court, I'm going to jog your memory. I'm going to turn this label around, but this is something that comes from Amazon, right? This looks like Perfume, doesn't it? Very luxury looking. I'm going to try to cover the company name because I'm going to try to keep from being petty, but I don't support this person anymore, but I love his packaging. Yes, Court, I did that. But this is actually room spray. Do you see how luxe this bottle looks? So can you imagine, right? This is room spray. You can also make wax melts. You can make candles. There's plenty of candle kits out there. Again, that's what I would suggest, because you would be surprised. I've been honest. I didn't say his name. I'm not being petty, but I am. So you would be surprised about how much you could get out of this. Again, as a maker myself, please take the time during the first week when you're doing your research, if you decide to go that route, to make sure that anything that is going to touch the skin, you make sure that you buy labels first of all, and that you put the ingredients in there, because there are certain rules for that. All right, and you could get in trouble, especially if you're going to sell them to the public. Body oils, Nakia, I'm going to get you to chime in. Hey, Meek, I hope you're feeling better. There are different rules that you have to follow because it touches the skin. If you don't want to do skin, I just gave you some other easy products that you could do. Room sprays. If you don't want to do anything with heat, there are, just off the top of my head, because I went down a rabbit hole, but you could do room sprays. You could do the potpourri sprays, right? There's all different types that you could do. You can look it up on Pinterest. They have literally hundreds of ideas that you could do. All right? And that's where ChatGPT comes in. I hope so. I meant to send you a message too. All right, so are you all still with me so far? All right, so again, determine what your budget is. If you're going to do something that requires a product, because what if you're in the fragrance world and you want to share your knowledge about something, but you don't want to have a physical product? Remember, I just talked about print on demand, right? So here's an example of print on demand. You don't pay for it up front. We just talked about that, right? You only pay when the people purchase. Or how about sharing your knowledge and having subscriptions? Oh, I got all my heavy hitters coming through. What's up, Miss LMB? All right, what about starting a subscription service? Writing an ebook? Right? For all of you that have this fragrance knowledge or whatever your knowledge is, business knowledge, why not share that with people? How about if I'm good? I'm good. I'm glad to see you. What if people like to go live? Believe it or not, I don't like going live, but I have a podcast that I show my face, right? That's because I'm making myself uncomfortable. But if you're willing to get on these apps and share your knowledge, people will pay for that because they don't respect free information. People feel like they have to pay for something, right? I do this podcast, but of course, you all heard earlier that there's different things that I do to get a side income from the podcast. Are you all still with me so far? If Wes is still in the room, Wes, I got to send you an email too that I have some information for you. All right, so how about the next thing? Let's talk about back on this perfume collection. So let me look at my notes. There's a big demand right now for luxury or niche perfumes. Those perfumes and colognes typically cost over $400 a bottle in most cases. You have designer perfumes that are typically $100 and up. Let me give you an example. What about Stormy just launched her perfume with Canvas Beauty, right? Everybody wants to know what Signature smells like. Everybody wants to know what Signature smells like, but a lot of people did not purchase it. What's up, Andrea? Thanks for coming through. They didn't purchase it. So you can actually do decants of that. Speaking of which, can somebody tag Janine for me? Because I forgot to let her know that I was starting the live. For those of you that know Janine. If anybody knows Janine, she is the Canvas Beauty rep on these streets right now. All right, but everybody wants to know what Signature smells like. I told you earlier that I got some scent mail today for this perfume, which is a new one, right? So I could technically, this is an Arabic perfume, and I'll talk about this again in a second, but couldn't I send out decants to that? What's the difference? Arabic perfumes typically are $50 and below. There are a few that are above $50, but the same rules apply. A decant is a decant. You just, what's up, Jackie? You just get more money if you do the higher end ones. Your niche, your sub niche, your luxury, those are all your higher end perfumes that you hear everybody talking about. Everybody can't afford to buy those perfumes, and it's nothing wrong with that. But again, if you play your cards right, you can get your money back. And I'll give you another tip. Are they not now putting out the sets for the perfumes and colognes that are getting ready to come out, right? Are they not putting those out? You can grab a holiday set right now. You keep the lotion and whatever else comes with it, and you could do a decant of the bottle. What? Right? Aren't they putting them on sale? Can you not do that? And then you can make enough to replace the bottle that you bought, catch it on sale on Black Friday, and you got your bottle back, plus you've made some money, right? Wait a minute now. Oh, she's at work? Okay, I'll send her the replay. Thank you, Andrea. Right? So think about that. You can make money. It's all types of ways to make money. Matter of fact, speaking of Janine, I just thought about something. She will body glaze you down. How about if you have body glaze, you can still sell the samples, right? Because a lot of people just want to try it before they buy it. So a lot of people are able to do different things if you have a large collection. What about, and if Wes isn't in here, I'll ask this question, but if he's not, I'll just use Wes's collection as an example. He does a lot of perfume and cologne reviews. What if he doesn't like something? Can he decant that? Can he send it out to those that might? Because he has a lot of brands that he works with. Wes, Nakia, Jackie, all of them, they work with a lot of different brands. Can Nakia and Jackie and also Wes So I mentioned Janine for Canvas Beauty, but can't they send out decants of body oil? Right? Think about that. Let me see. Give me 1 second. All right. So here's one of Nakia's decants right here of body oil. So do you see what I'm saying? So you have decants of perfume. You have decants of body oil. Can this not be a stocking stuffer? You can take these two items right here, throw them in a organic bag, those little organza bags, right? It's a perfect stocking stuffer. And you pay next to nothing for it. Because a lot of people, especially in this economy, we have to get creative. We have to get creative on what it is and how it is that we get our money, especially with everything that's going on. You should get to the bag. The bag shouldn't be chasing you. I might have said that backwards, but y'all get what I'm saying. Doesn't matter who's in the office, and I'm not going to get into the political discussions, but you should still get your bag, right? And that's a perfect idea for Christmas and the holidays if you don't celebrate Christmas. What special thing do you have? I've got some heavy hitters in here that have some big collections. You might see more people decanting. One thing, while I do have my heavy hitters in here and put a, let's see. Give me, let me look. Hold on, because I want them to tell me something about a question that I have. Okay, give me, I'm going to drop something in the chat real quick. If you are interested, I just dropped an emoji in the chat. If you're interested in doing an online decant party, because I'm thinking about doing it, let me know what you think about that. Instead of us having class on here, we would have a decant party. Okay, I have this, this, and this. They will come with their list. I can pre-post them. And any questions that you have, I can use this platform to bring everybody together to talk about what they have. I'm not a perfume enthusiast. I know what I like, but I've got some people who are way bigger in this game. And I just like to bring the people together. So if you're interested in that, you can either drop the $ emoji that I just dropped in there, or you could say me if that's something that you're interested in, and I'll set it up. It doesn't necessarily have to be a podcast episode. I can do it as a live or whatever. So whether you are a collector or if that's something that you're interested in, I'm not getting into pricing. I'll just make the party happen. So you all let me know what you think about that and drop it in the chat. So what about, and this is what I was going to mention about Wes's collection because I know he has a large one. What if something is discontinued that you absolutely love and someone has it and you want to buy it? How about specializing in discontinued fragrances? That's an idea right there in itself. That's a whole market within itself, right? Discontinued, especially the niche fragrances. You can specialize in discontinued fragrances and just put it out there and people will contact you. So pause for the cause for a second. Let's not just think about who we're talking to right here on TikTok. We do have other options since there's new people in the room, right? Social media can assist you with your marketing. We use it for talking, but you also should use all the platforms for marketing, right? So quick recap for those that are new in the room. What is it that you want to do for your side hustle? We do have free options available to us. You just have to decide, and if you scroll back up in the comments, Nakia broke it down for us as to what we should be doing each week, because we have 6 weeks from Friday before it's Black Friday, and here on this application, on this app, and all the others is going to be insanity. Why shouldn't you be in that mix making money? So we talked about doing maybe ebooks, PDFs, print on demand. There's so many different things. I forgot about Etsy, but Etsy will charge you for a listing. and welcome in, right? So there's different ways that you can make money. If you don't want a physical product, then how about giving instruction on how to use something? Oh, I am Mrs. Porter in here. Welcome, welcome, right? So you think about that and how you can actually earn money. So I keep mentioning Chat GPT. Chat GPT is free, right? Thanks for the follow too. Chat GPT is free, correct? If you don't know, you can say yes. Whether you want to use Chat GPT, Copilot, there's several of them that you can use that are free. You can ask that app or that bot rather your question. What are ways that I can earn a side hustle? Because you have prompting. And if you all are interested, I'll be more than happy to do a live because Court and Rob can tell you Chat GPT is my thing. Anybody that knows me, I love Chat GPT. So if you're interested in that, just drop GPT in the chat and I'll schedule it. Matter of fact, if you're interested in that, put GPT and day, night, or weekend so I know when to schedule the live. You're on Chat GPT now? Yeah, because Chat GPT is all about prompts, but Chat GPT is very useful. All right, so see, Rob just said he's on it right now. Mrs. Porter said she loves Chat GPT. I don't, to be honest with you, Mrs. Porter, I don't use the plus. I don't need to because I use Chat GPT. I use Copilot, and what's my other one here? And see, I'm so bad, I keep it open on my computer. Gemini. I couldn't think of it. Between the three of them, they usually give me my answers. Chat GPT, Gemini, and Copilot. Copilot is Microsoft. I forgot what Gemini is, and then Chat GPT is Google, I believe. All right, but if you want to do a class on it, I will jump on here and walk you through. So you have many different ways to get side hustles to get money in your sleep. Yep, thank you. It is Google. Y'all know I use them so much I don't even remember because I just keep the tabs open. Because anytime I think about an idea I'm brainstorming, that's what I do. They are connected to the web and it's a free resource. So back to the perfume. So we've talked about decants, right? We've talked about sharing your knowledge if you don't want to share a product because we are in the age where people are selling digital products. A digital product is not something that is in your hand. It is you sharing knowledge about a particular product or subject. A lot of people, if you're on TikTok, do not know how to properly wear fragrance, believe it or not. If you think I'm telling a story, go to Creator Insights and look it up. Especially if you are an expert in a particular area, go through Creator Insights and you'll get a lot of people that follow you. Something so simple as what is layering. I don't know how to wear my perfume or cologne. So think about that. If you sell fragrances, so let me jump back over on my maker side. If you sell fragrances, but you want to just put out holiday scents, I used Nikia's bottle as an example. Can I not decant something over on the fragrance side? We call them samples on the fragrance side, but can I not do something like this on the fragrance side? What do you think those for something this small? What could this be used for? On the fragrance side, I'm about to give you 4 different products that you could use. Diffuser oils, bath salts, make sure it's skin safe before you sell it. You're going to need fragrance for room spray, carpet freshener. There's all different types of ways that you can make money on the side, right? The only thing that I strongly suggest you stay away from would be the bars of soap. Rob, you can chime in because that's a process. If you're gonna sell soap, you need to oh, hey Janine, I'll send you the replay, so you're good. I forgot to tag you. I just wanted to make sure that you know I remembered you. And thanks for the roses. All right, so there's different ways that you can get your side hustle on, or you could be like me. I'm a candle maker, but I also am a fragrance addict. I have several things coming out, and I have a big project that I'm going to launch right before Black Friday. And some of you all have seen that in other lives. So there's multiple ways that you can get your side hustle. Stop and think about, while we're in here, what are some things that interest you? I strongly recommend that you do not do a side hustle that you don't like. A lot of people are coming out. Another idea too on the fragrance side: lotion, hand sanitizer. There's bases for these things. We're back in the winter, coming in the winter months, the fall and winter months. People need lotion. You could put together a little kit for them. You can even go, even with Dollar Tree, they have containers, and Dollar Tree is giving these name brands a run for their money now. Something else for the ladies, and I keep this at my desk, but just an example. I'll turn the brand name around. But how about lip gloss? I can't stand for my lips to be dry, so how about lip gloss? They have bases for this, right? You can pipe it into these pre-made, pipe the pre-made lip gloss into containers. So let me give you another idea for a bundle: perfume, oil, lip gloss, right? So see, there's a lot of things that you can do, and you can put them again in that little organza bag, which you can also get at most Dollar Trees, I believe, and Walmart. So you all still with me so far? Hopefully you have some ideas. All right. So let's talk about going back to decants. How about if you're a big collector, or if you have a plug for some, what about rare perfumes? So we talked about niche, designer. You can even decant Arabic perfumes. Just because we say they're below $50, you have some people that can't afford that, or they blind buy a bottle, like I gave you an example with this dossier, right? I don't use it. I use it for a room spray now, but instead of that person being mad, they'd rather pay for a decant, because I'd rather pay for a decant than waste a whole bottle. So you all still with me so far? Especially with the holidays coming up. So how about, sorry, my nose was itching. How about, let's go back to the mystery box. Here's an example for a mystery box that's not a mystery. How about you call it a sample set? I just showed you one, right? Instead of a mystery box, and I took one out of here to show, but this is the Good Chemistry sample box, right? You put different ones together. And how about you use that if you have the bigger bottles that you want to sell? Does that make sense to everybody so far? Because there are people out there who want to try different things, but they may not have access. What about those that live in remote areas that want to buy stuff, but they don't live near a big city? That is your biggest audience for fragrances, because they can't just go to Sephora or Ulta or someplace like that. They have to wait and order, and they often take a chance with ordering from Uncle Jeff's house, right? So those are the type of things that I want you to start thinking of outside of the box, right? You can put together your own box, like I told you. You can go over to Uncle Jeff's house, and he's got anything you need over there. All right? Then you can go and you could sell these things, open up a shop on other and all areas of social media. If you decide to do a TikTok shop for sellers, there's a lot of rules for that, so just be mindful of that. And of course, always be very demure, because TikTok does not play about their shops. They are trying to get a lot of brands over here. So right now, if you don't know what you're doing, I would not recommend you open a TikTok shop because there's a lot of violations and there's a lot that goes with that. Even being a creator, there's a lot of violations you could get if you don't know what you're doing. But that's not to scare you. Definitely think about some of the things that interest you and how you want to share your knowledge. You can go on ChatGPT, you can create a whole ebook, and you can go on Canva. All of this is free that I'm talking about, except for you buying your supplies. You can go on Canva and create your cover to go to your ebook or your PDF if you want a cover, but the cover really is for the ebook that you just made on ChatGPT and you haven't invested anything but time. You could put your ebook out there because I know you all see it. Faceless channels is the one, or faceless marketing is the one that everybody's doing pretty much right now. Fitness, motivational, fitness, motivation, business, and there's one more. Oh, faceless. That's what a lot of people are doing right now. And that's all they did. They go to Canva and create the cover, and they go on ChatGPT and create the book, and then they sell it. So that's something you could do, and you could have an ebook up and going literally in an hour if you put your mind to it, especially if you already have an account. The long part is you opening your store up. All right, you still with me so far? It's 8:58, so we're at an hour. Drop in the chat a yes if you want me to keep going, because I still have more suggestions for you. All right, so let's move forward. Keisha, you were funny. She said yes. All right, so these are inexpensive things that you could do, but what about if you want to start and launch your company? Let's shift it that way for a quick second. What if you want to start and launch your company on Black Friday? Do you think that's a good day to do so? Put a yes in the chat if you think that that's good. What if you want to start and launch your company or a project on Black Friday? That is the biggest shopping day of the year. Excuse me. So should you be thinking about a product to put out there? Should you be doing your advertising now in your prep? What do you think? So Keisha, you already know. You said no? You said no, Amy, you don't want to? Or no, you shouldn't be doing prep? Excuse me. All right, because we are 6 weeks away from Black Friday. So whatever you're going to do, yes, know what you're doing first. Correct. Excuse me. And yes, Keisha, you are right. And that's exactly where I'm going. Black Friday is not for the weak at heart. If you are going to have a product, this is why I keep going back. And the kid gave you the breakdown, so scroll back up and look. You need to start tomorrow, since today is already done. If you're going to be bold and jump in the waters, if you haven't already been prepping, you need to start tomorrow, because Black Friday is going to be crazy and you want your customers to come to you. Don't expect to sit back and wait for them to find you, because they won't. Marketing is key. So let's talk about that. You've got to come up with a business name if you are going to be selling products during Black Friday. More so if you're a business. I'm not talking about just doing the decants. And nobody said anything about the decant party, so I guess I don't have to worry about that, right? I'll take that as a yes. All right, so let me look at my notes here. So for selling decants, let me go over that part and I'll go on to building a brand. All right, so we talked about packaging, If you're going to put anything on the skin, and welcome in, I love your name, Hotcakes. If you're going to be putting anything on your skin, make sure that you know the labeling rules. You can get those off of the International Soap Association. You can go on Google and look that up. Anything that goes on the skin, you have to have particular type items on your label. If you're a fragrance or a candle, a candle maker or a soap maker, I gave you some ideas as well. So if you're going to actually put a business out there, you need to have a name. There's certain things that you need to have established. I would strongly recommend that you have an LLC and do your LLC first before you start buying stuff, because it doesn't count until after you have a valid LLC that you can write stuff off. A lot of people do it backwards and then they get upset when you go to do your taxes. You have to have the LLC established first, then get your supplies in order to get credit. That is, you can buy what you want to buy, but if you want to write it off, it needs to be after the LLC is established. So for whatever rules your state or country has, if you're watching this on the replay, please check into those because it's different. All right, so if that's the case, after you come up with what you're going to do, you've got to come up with a name. And then you've got to establish yourself. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Nakia mentioned this earlier in the conversation, that you have to think about what are you going to do for marketing and where. Are you at, so you've got your product, you know what you're going to do. You've already established your supplies. So now you have to think about, where are you going to advertise? Are you going to strictly do it on social media? Are you going to take the plunge and go into a full-fledged business and open up a website? Because you've got to funnel traffic over to that website. I strongly recommend, and I need to do this myself, is by doing an email list, right? To funnel that traffic over. So, because if TikTok or any of these apps, so let me just not put it on TikTok, but if they shut down tomorrow, and we've experienced this with Instagram, right? If all your business lives on that app, then what's going to happen? You're shut down as well, right? Because you're at the mercy of that app. So, and welcome in, welcome in. You want to make sure that you are able to get an email list going, text message. There's several ways to communicate. And you can put your link in the app. Get you a link tree or Beacons. Beacons is free, and so is Linktree. Then you can use that as your link in bio to funnel your traffic over there. All right, and I hope that makes sense so far. So once you establish your business, then you've got to think about your marketing. Are you going to pay for ads? Are you going to do word of mouth? Are you going to start running promos on your channel of what you have? I recommend all of the above. I'm not a big person on paying for stuff unless you're really going to do the business. If you're really in business, then marketing makes sense. But if you're just playing around, just use your channel to spread the word, because ads can get very pricey, and then you have to establish an ads budget. I share that with you from experience because Rob and Courtney can tell you, I had an Amazon store. I was so excited about it. I sold 2 products. It cost me over $1,000. No, excuse me, $1,500 to get it set up. I was running ads every day. I did 2 sales at $30 a piece. So I literally made $25 out of that whole venture. So we have the platforms now. We can make the content. And talking about content creation, and this is what I'm learning right now. I procrastinate. I admit that. As a business, you've got to do it at least 3 to 5 times a day, because you need to be in people's face. You're not driving people crazy with you advertising your business, because your posts go to people that don't know you. They go out on the FYP. And when you post 3 to 5 times, really 3 to 7 times a day, it's getting you out there. It's getting you in the algorithm. All right. So don't think of it as a consumer, think of it as a business. And I hope that makes sense to everyone. Just like we get on here, and sometimes for me, I'll admit, and I'm sure you all feel this way too, it gets kind of overwhelming sometimes because every time you get on, especially this particular app, you feel like you're in a QVC or HSN environment. But that's because there's so many people jumping on to do the same thing. So to stand out in the crowd, you want to put your product out there even more. And I hope that makes sense to you because there are billions of people on this app and more joining every day, plus the other apps for social media. So you want to make sure that you use them all. If you're writing notes, there is something called Later, literally spelled as it's heard, Later. There's an app called Later, and there's an app called Metrocool, Metricool. Both of those apps will help you with posting. You do one post, and it will post to everything for you. LinkedIn, because a lot of people sleep on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a place for business. Of course, this app, Instagram, Facebook, it posts one post, you can post it to all of that. But make the content and put it out there. You can also do batch content. You can do batch content, put it in Chat GPT, give me 30 ideas for selling perfume decants since we're talking about that. On TikTok, you can even specify the app, or you can say on social media. It'll give you those ideas. Then you take that and go over to Canva. Canva has something called bulk create. It's under the apps. So you can take the ideas you get from ChatGPT, ask it to put it in an Excel format for you, and you can go over to Canva and do what's called bulk create. It'll create 30 items for you, and there's your 30 posts. So if you're posting 3 times a day, are you going to post the same thing each and every time? No. It has to be original content, at least for this app. So you go in, you reformat it for your other apps, or you just come up with new ideas. The hardest part is getting in front of the camera, at least for me anyway. Some people don't mind getting in front of the camera. Just make sure you post something. It could be a text post. It could be a picture. It's just that if you are on TT Shop, you can't use a still picture. It has to be you, or it has to be faceless. You have to be moving, because remember, these apps are monitored by AI, which if you were on with me earlier, that's why I made sure I didn't have anything for TikTok Shop connected to this live so I could talk in free space, because the AI would flag me because I'm not constantly showing you all a product every few minutes. So let's do a quick recap again. 6 weeks, right? Decide what your product is. Decide what your budget is going to be that you're going to invest, whether you're going to try to go the free route, $100, $200, whatever. Get your supplies ordered. If you're a Prime member, make sure that you use your Prime membership. It comes in very handy. But don't forget about Wally World and Target, right? They also sell supplies. And then gather your supplies. But while you're waiting for your supplies to come, you should be thinking about a name and your marketing. Key thing, your marketing. How are we going to know about you if you don't exist? I don't know if Maury's still in here, but she and I talk about this all the time, and I know I get on her nerves. How do I know you exist if I don't see you out there? And mix up your content. Don't always have it product, because people will ignore you if they keep seeing your product all the time. But if you're on TikTok specifically, that goes out to other people. It's unlikely, unless you're following somebody, that you're going to see their product, because people need to see it at least 3 to 7 times before they pull the trigger to buy. And I don't mean pull the trigger to unalive somebody. Let me correct my social media speech. All right. So how do we know you exist if you don't market? And I'm going to put the disclaimer and apologize out there to everybody that is on my crew, because I'm getting ready to love bomb you with stuff for the podcast and all the fragrance reviews, because I have about 60 of them that I need to do. And I put it off long enough. So if you're going to do samples or decants, I would definitely recommend that you get started now. Assess your collection, what you would be willing to part with. For those of you all that are fortunate to get PR, that's a good way for you to get some money, and you don't have to put out any money for it. What I mean by PR is there are individuals in the room now that get PR from companies. The PR is a public relations package where they'll say, I got this from so and so company sent this to me. You do a review on it, and then if you don't want it, you can decant it. You can sell the whole bottle. Does that make sense to everybody so far? Because a lot of people like to buy PR stuff, because in the PR packages from those brands, you typically get a lot of like little trinkets or whatever that are not always available to the public. All right, and for those of you that are in here, if you have any questions or if you want to talk about something, drop it in the chat. Nakia, if you're still in here, I know that you just did a big haul. Are you going to be selling any of your oils? If she's still in here, I don't know who's still in here. Or if you have any questions. So if you are concerned about packaging, packaging is very important, because everybody, for my customers anyway, I like for you to feel like you are opening a gift, even though it might be for you. So packaging is important, but you can also save money on packaging. Like I said, you can get boxes from Uline, you can get them from Amazon, you can get paper shred from Dollar Tree, or you can do gift bags. It just depends. Just make it look pretty to the eyes. Stickers, a lot of stickers will help you with that. You can get stickers and make the bags look really pretty. Just make it look like a gift. And people love getting gifts, right? So if you were going to sell the decants or the body oils, it doesn't look like Nakia's in here anymore. Just think about how you want to do your packaging. Those little organza bags, like I said, they do sell them at Dollar Tree. They're in the party section, I believe. You can also take those little party favors bags, and excuse the bag because my puppy dropped something on it, but you can get like these little bags like this from Amazon. You can get them from Dollar Tree, but this particular company, you see how they just had their stuff in here. This was some bath salts, I think, or something. It was just the first thing I had here, and you see how they have their labels on the back, and this is how they literally ship stuff. You can get stuff like this from Dollar Tree, from Walmart. The organza bags are also at Walmart as well, because a lot of people reuse those bags. This particular, I'm going to show you an idea. If, say, if maybe you do candle or soap, and I'm going to show you an idea what I was talking about PR packages. So this particular company, unfortunately, she went out of business due to family obligations. But I got a candle from this young lady, and it came in this bag. And this is a cotton bag. This is a reusable bag. And so you see she stamped her name on here. This is an iron-on that she did with Cricut. This is a black cotton bag, but it's excellent for traveling, actually. And then you got two small travel size candles, and you see the labels that are on here. She got these from Walmart, and she got these containers from Amazon, and these containers are good for like face cream, lotion, things like that. But she put so you got two travel size candles, and the big candle came, all this came in this bag, and it came in a box. So this was a Black Lives Matter candle. So you got a keychain, you got a bracelet, And you got a bunch of stickers. There's a whole bunch of stickers in here, and people love stickers, right? They love things that they could stick things on. So all of these were inside of this, and and the candle came inside of a nice case. It's like it's not a box, but she did the cylinder case. So all of that came in here, and it came packed very nicely in a box. And she did all of that. Her overhead was, I think, like $10 a candle. It averaged out to be. But unfortunately, she had to go out of business due to family obligations. But it's so nice when you open something like that, even if it's a gift. How impressive is it to get something like that as a gift? And I'm very big on recycling things. So on the candle side, you can also recycle your vessels or containers. Even the tins, they're excellent for putting jewelry and stuff in. So does anybody have any questions so far? Things that you've thought about? As I'm trying to break it down so you don't get overwhelmed. So I'll look and see what you have as far as questions. But the next thing, how about marketing to your target audience? How do you know what your target audience is? If you're in the fragrance world, I gave you some ideas, Rob. Okay, so I've done my job for the night. If somebody got some ideas, has anybody else gotten some ideas? At least one? Maybe. All right, so how about marketing to your niche? If you are selling decants, because that's the topic of the night that I'm using right now. Oh, thank you, Amy. I appreciate you. Please don't make me cry. I try my best. What if you're selling decants? Are you gonna come on here and have your target audience be men's clothes? Men's clothes, right? No, you're going to make sure that your content is always targeted to the individuals that you want to sell to. That doesn't matter which app that you're on, whether it's this one, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook. So do I have to make a different video for each app? No. You just make sure that you address it through your hashtags to each app. To your target audience. So if you are selling decants, your hashtag would be hashtag fragrance, hashtag perfume, hashtag cologne. Why? Because that gets you in front of that audience. Hashtag decant, hashtag Black Friday. You'll start to see the Black Friday tags come up. Whatever it is that you're selling, that's the group that you want to target. If that makes sense. Because your hobby might be building computers, right? But if you are selling fragrance decants, your content needs to be focused and geared towards that group. Again, on TikTok anyway, I mentioned creator insights. That is a big one. You can go out there and you can search, and welcome in for everybody that just came in. You can go out there and you can search. What is it that people are asking questions about? You also can go on Google and ask Google, what are the questions that people are asking about for whatever your niche is, whatever your area is. So in this case, fragrance. What are the questions that people are asking about designer fragrances? And then you make your content geared towards that question and you post it. And if you post it through Creator Insights, make sure that you click that button that says create and upload your video, because that means that Creator Insights has done the work for you and it will send it out to that group. So it just depends, because we all get caught up in how many people do we have as followers. Do you want the followers or do you want the money? The followers are going to come anyway. You want to make sure that you're targeting your group, just how you all found me. It's through keywords. I'm just now, even though I've been at this for back, well, coming back now for a couple months now, since June I came back. I'm just now getting to where I have some of the big wigs in the room. All right, and you never know who stops through these lives. So you want to make sure that your content is targeted for your niche. Does that make sense so far? Amy, here's an idea for you. Don't get me, because if I don't tell you now, I won't remember to message you. Pet refresher spray. I know the cats don't like it, but you still could do something like that, because a lot of us over on the dog side always like to refresh our babes. If you go on Pinterest, there is a natural recipe. There's a couple of them on there. You can get the materials except for your fragrance oil. You might have to order that. You can get them all from Amazon, or like Hobby Lobby or someplace like that, because that's a big one. Your pet refresher sprays after they have a bath. Of course, that doesn't apply to the kitties because they don't like you spraying them. But for dogs, definitely. The pet niche is big for anybody who's interested in the pet niche. The pet niche is huge right now. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Okay, Amy, so there you go. Keisha says she has a couple recipes for pet sprays. Oh, one of them likes him. Hey, Michael. All right, so that's another niche for you. Michael just reminded me of another one coming in the fitness industry. Just if you are in TT Shop, just be careful with your wording of what you say about supplements. But that's another industry that is huge right now. Fitness, pets, even books. If you're a reader, if you don't want to necessarily do the fragrance industry. And for the fragrance industry, a lot of people are now also getting into the laundry detergent. If you're a maker, the dryer balls. I knew if I started talking about something else, the ideas would start coming. For the fragrance industry, the biggest thing right now is decants, because a lot of people cannot afford to buy those big bottles. So you can definitely do the decants. Thank you for the like, sir. I appreciate you as always. All right, so those are some of the ideas that you can think about. And again, people love gift boxes. You could do that. You'll see me putting the gift boxes back out there. I did a poll asking if I did the boxes again. If you go on my page, you'll see it, where I was asking about if anybody had an interest in gift boxes. But these particular gift boxes are going to be fragrance based. And don't steal my idea either. I don't care if you do. I'm going to reintroduce my candles that I used to make that are based off of perfume and cologne scents. So you'll see I'm going to do a limited run. And if they do pretty good, then I will continue to do that. So look for those. I love doing gift boxes, even though it takes a lot of time, but they usually sell pretty good. So more to come on that. So that's why for those of you that actually follow me and I follow you, I'm gonna apologize ahead of time, because you're about to get love bombed with a bunch of stuff between reviews and things that I'm going to be selling, because I've decided to go back into making candles again, because I had stopped to get a mental break. All right, so we talked about the fragrance area. Oh, see, I just thought about something else. Incense. People love incense, right? Incense is another easy thing to make. Very, very simple to make. Incense, bath salts. But again, if it's going to be something that touches the skin, make sure that you have it properly labeled and you understand what you're going to do. That's why I recommend a base. And it was Midwest Candle Co. And no, they're not sponsoring this podcast, but I love their products. That's where I get my bases from for my room sprays, body mist. Now, I think, Rob, if you're still in here, correct me if I'm wrong, they have soap, I think I saw the other day. For those of you that are fragrance aficionados, you can always share different tips. And here's another one. Keisha, is real simple. You just buy the unscented incense and let them soak in the fragrance. If you send me a message, I'm going to talk to you anyway, so I'll tell you. All right. Here's something that a lot of people don't talk about, and I hope that you all can see this. Fragrance lock. I got this off from Uncle Jeff's house. I'm trying to get in the habit of being social media correct because I have a lot of videos to film, right? This is a good product. I've been using this for years. It extends the life of your fragrance. Real simple. So little stuff like that. You can give tips. Remember I talked about doing an ebook? You can even do a PDF and sell it. A one sheeter on how to do stuff, because a lot of people, like I said, look up what questions are people asking. That would be a digital product. You could put that together in the matter of a couple hours, upload it, and there you go. But if you're doing a product, you've got to put some more thought into it. All right, so we talked about marketing to your niche, and you want to start putting out content. It is literally called Fragrance Lock, and it costs about $6. And it now let me put this disclaimer out here. For me, it lasts a long time. I don't get 12 hours out of it, but it is literally called Fragrance Lock, and this is the new one. If they send you one in a black bottle, send it back, because that's the old one. This is called Fragrance Lock, and this is like a champagne color. So it's a weird color bottle, but it's on Amazon, and it is called Fragrance Lock. And I hope that you all can see that. Let me see on my second screen. All right, and it does work. It's about $6, give or take, with the taxes. You spray it on your post points. Oh, and by the way, if you like this type of bottle with these atomizers, they also sell these on Amazon as well. I'm talking about the bottles. All right, so if you want to do something regarding fragrance, another idea for a for a digital product for a business. We do this a lot on this show. We're going to go back. We've got an episode we've got to do at the end of the month on blending, fragrance layering, and blending. We just did a whole month of September. Go back and watch the episodes. They're 2 hours long, so you have to go to my YouTube, which is also called Bubbles and Flames podcast, to watch the whole episode, where we did nothing but blends. We did the top TikTok blends for women's combos. We did the top cologne combos for men. We also did fall and winter combos. So that's something else. If you specialize in an area, there's all types of ways that you can make money. Because again, the whole idea is once you put it out there, that you make money in your sleep. Oh, thank you for whoever did the likes. I appreciate it. And for those of you that have just welcomed, we are talking tonight about the topic is fragrance side hustles, because that's my zone, but we're really talking about side hustles, period. Passive income. All right, so let me go to the next thing. And this is what, if you notice, I keep asking for this throughout this live, is listener questions. What questions do you all have about side hustles? If you do a side hustle, why don't you ask your listeners and your content what they want to see? What questions do you all have? How can I answer them? And then answer them back with the video. Also, subscriptions, which I'm going to start doing over here as well. You can do sub-only lives. Court, you still here? I just knew you checked out. Sub-only lives. And we'll start doing those over here because I'm going to move the blends to sub only lives where we jump on and that's all we talk about. Blends, layering. I'm going to move those to sub only lives. You can have subscriptions. You could do that right here if you have enough followers. What's up, Shishi? Oh my goodness. All right, so that will be something that I will be adding over here as well because it takes a while to come up with all those combos and blends. That's not something you could do in a few minutes. Also, I don't think he's in here. Hi, gorgeous. I don't think that he's still in here, but if you go over to Wes, Wes has blends on his page. All right, and he is coming off of his big birthday celebration, but he has, I don't know how many blends on his page, and I also have blends in my episodes from last year, from this year. So we'll talk about that. You know what, Shishi? I need to get with you too because I owe you a late night live too. What we're talking about is what you always do, and she's got some fire content. So follow her if you don't. Shishi Cherie, she's one that posts 3 to 7 times a day, like I was telling you all about, and she does a variety of posts. But you can go and check her out. She's got different things where she asks questions, she shows you product. So those are the type of things that you should be doing if you don't like doing lives. I don't like doing lives either, but I'm going to start doing them because the lives are really where you sell your product. To be honest, people run numbers. They run big numbers. So, Shishi, question for you, because you're just coming in. Do you sell decants at all? That's what we were talking about for the fragrance community. And I'll wait for her to answer in the chat. But do you all have any questions? Or while we're talking about this, of any of the subjects tonight, is there something more that you want to talk about? Like we talked about. Oh, yeah, I know, me too. What's up, Shay Bay? QT Luxuries in the building. You're good. You already knew what I was going to talk about anyway. All right, so question. I ask about listener questions and getting. Okay, so Shishi, I can go over that. If you want, I could do a live when you have time on that. Oh, thanks for the heart puffs. All right, so listen to your audience, listen to their feedback, right? What is it that they want to see? What type of content? What is it that they want to talk about? Because you can be on a live for 2 hours and not even know it. We've been on for an hour and a half for those of you that have been hanging out with me, right? And some people have been coming in and out. To my giveaway winners that were on our big live that we did last week with QT Luxuries, we were on for 3 hours and it was so much fun. All right, congratulations. The winners are now starting to get their packages or they've seen sneak peeks. All right, but I was asking you all about content. If you want to do more on ChatGPT, like I said, I am more than happy to jump on a live, walk you through, because it is a very good resource for you as a business and it's free. And we love the free, right? All right, so listener questions. If you all have questions that you want featured on a podcast, unfortunately she couldn't make it tonight, but Nish was the one who asked for this topic on the live. TLC with Nish, that's her TikTok handle. She asked about that. So I do answer back. I do read everybody's comments. I do talk to a lot of people, such as Shishi, back and forth, about things that you'd like to see on the podcast anyway. All right. Okay, so this is a good one. I told you all I actually look at my notes so I can make sure I cover everything. How about maximizing your profits in your side hustle? So when you do your content, create a call to action. And a call to action is not always follow me for more. A call to action is sign up for the email. A call to action is to, here's some examples. Telling them to buy in bulk, limited quantities. Grab it while you can. You need that hook, right? You need that hook. You need that hook when you're in the video, and I'm working on this as well because I told you how I don't like being on camera. But what do you do in the first few minutes? You notice me with my hands. I talk with my hands, but you all are like, what is she doing? Oh, thank you, QT, for sharing. All right, so those are the type of things that you want to think about on any form for social media. Let me repeat some of the resources that I gave. First, not in any order. Think about and scroll back up at the top of the comments if you're just coming in. 6 weeks from this Friday. Amy, are you doing it tonight? Are you getting ready to get on now? Let me see when she responds. Let me see if she's gone. I'll jump over into her live after this one. So you want to make sure that you think of your product first, right? That you're going to do. You have 6 weeks from Friday, really 5 weeks. So Amy, when I get off from here, I'll come over there. You already know that. I'll come through there, most definitely. Oh, you're good. I got you. I'll be over there after this one. We'll go ahead and get it going. Are you doing a TT Shop live or just for your product? Because I haven't done a TT Shop live yet. I'll probably do one tomorrow or Friday myself. But I'll come over there with you. Oh, you've been Monty is Keisha's dog, by the way. Oh, absolutely, Amy. I'll talk to you shortly. And have fun. All right, so let me give you the resources real quick before I forget because I know people are ready to get off. So ChatGPT, this is in no order. I'm just reviewing all of the resources that I gave. ChatGPT can be used for a multitude of things such as brainstorming. ChatGPT can also give you ideas for social media posts. You can also bulk create. So ask ChatGPT for ideas about XYZ for whatever niche that you're in, and then you can go over on Canva and do bulk create. Hey Arlene, thanks for coming back too. All right, so you can use the bulk create app in Canva. Again, Canva has a free version. ChatGPT has a free version. I also mentioned supplies from Amazon, Uline if you're a business or if you want to buy in bulk. Also use ChatGPT to give you some hooks. There's 3 types of hooks that I'm learning. Visual, on your screen, and the words, keywords, right? So learn your hooks, especially if you're going to be doing lives. And what else did I do? Oh, for the fragrance world, I did the fragrance lock. This is available on Amazon. It's supposed to extend the life of your fragrances. It is literally called Fragrance Lock. What else did I say? Gemini, which is Google, ChatGPT, and then Copilot, which is Microsoft. Those are all free. They do have paid versions, but they'll work for what you need them for. Okay, so Keisha, there's a good question. Put that same question in the ChatGPT and tell me what it says. What is the legality of selling perfume or cologne decants? I wear ChatGPT out too. Oh, as a matter of fact, let me open my screen too. But Keisha, put that in ChatGPT and share with the No, you can sell under your name that you have. This is just a side hustle. Your business, you could use your business now, or you could add it as a collection. Like I told you about the boxes that I'm doing, they're just going to be a collection. There'll be a limited run collection. I'm not going to open a whole nother business for that. But yeah, run your question. So word it as a question to ChatGPT. And to get to ChatGPT, you literally go to chatgpt.com. You don't have to. Keisha, write that down for when we talk so I can make sure I understand what your question is. And I don't think so, no. Because I can ask QT if I can't answer it. I could ask Shay. Because fragrance is not, skin is not my lane. I'll be honest. I'm candles and fragrance. All right, so we had ChatGPT, we had Gemini, which is Google, we had Copilot, which is there you go, Keisha. Shay's in the chat. Also, we talked about Amazon, Dollar Tree, Walmart, Target, which is Target, for supplies. You don't have to do anything expensive. Again, I will say though, if you are selling anything that goes on the skin, you want to make sure that you have the proper labeling. And let me show you some examples again for decants. This is a 2 ml, which I really call a sample, but some people call them decants because decants are typically 5 mLs, which is double this plus half. 10 decants is the average, and I don't have one of those near me for you to show how big that is. So this is a 2 ml. You also sometimes you have people that sell them like this. This is an example of an oil decant, a body oil decant. So like I said, a quick idea is to maybe decant some perfume and do a body oil with it, right? You can put that in the organza bags. That's an amazing stocking stuffer. These are two different items, but I just put them together. All right, you can get all the supplies, even the bottles and things like this, off of Amazon. Even these you can get off of Amazon. Empty, of course. Right? So you can get everything that you need. Decide on your budget, too. I'm looking at the chat with Keisha and Shay talking. All right, some other resources. Canva, CANVA, for designing. You can also get, I was looking at what Keisha was saying. You can also get the extractor. So it's a perfume extractor. It runs about 10 bucks off of Amazon that you can use to extract the perfume out. All right, does that make sense to everybody that's still in here so far? One note of caution that Shay just dropped in the chat. She's saying make sure when you are selling decants to be careful. Again, run all the rules and regulations that I would recommend. Oh, she just dropped a note in the chat. Yep, we were talking about that too. So make sure that you are legal with everything that you do, especially if it's anything you put on the skin. So I covered myself with a disclaimer because I don't do skin stuff unless it's mixing something in a base. All right, so again, as I stated, make sure that you follow up. And you can research all of this stuff on ChatGPT. You can just simply talk to it as we're talking to each other, and it will give you the answers you're looking for. It even takes your misspellings. If you don't like typing, you can also use voice to talk to it. I just learned this yesterday, as a matter of fact, from another creator's channel. You can even tell ChatGPT, because that's the one I use the most. That's why I speak about it the most. You can even tell it to change the tone of how it responds to you. You can have it do a New York a New York accent, right? If you want it to talk to you in that tone, if you want a particular male, female, and whatever tone you want them to answer back. And it really works. I tried it today and I was laughing. But it will do that. A lot of people don't like AI. They're afraid of it, but use it to your advantage. When you're marketing on social media, if you don't know what a call to action is, make sure that you learn what a call to action is. Tune in for more. Follow us on social media. Grab yours today, right? And Keisha, I'm with you. I'm not doing the decants either because I don't know all the regulations for it. I'm gonna stay in my lane. Some of the calls to action, and also let me give you some examples. Buy in bulk. So buying in bulk is for your supplies. I'm sorry. Offer sample sets with a twist. So that's, I gave you the suggestion about the boxes, right? Keisha, I'm not looking at you right now. If you are a business, you can do sub boxes or subscription boxes. For me, as my business, I'm gonna do sub only lives. So you can. That's right, Keisha. Focus. You can also do that here on the platform. You can offer a subscription based service, and within that service, you can offer different levels. For example, if you are a perfume influencer or a fragrance influencer, is really what they're called, you can offer different levels where people want to ask you questions, they want to have a one-on-one. You can offer subs for that and do the different levels within the subscriptions. When I say subs, I mean subscriptions. If you just want to do a sub only live, that's your basic level. If you want to do a sub only live plus a one-on-one, that's your next level. If you want to do a one-on-one once a week, then that's another level. So there's all these different type things that you could do. All right. Um, Call to actions. These I just put in three quick ones. Encourage listeners when you do your content, right? Encourage listeners to check out your website and your social media. And if you really want to, remember we talked about building an email list, give them something to get from the email list, right? So you'll see me put out the post here shortly in the next week or two for me building my email list, and you're going to get a freebie for doing that, right? Your freebie can be something simple. You don't have to complicate it. It could be a simple PDF giving some information about questions that you get asked. And remember, I told you could go to Creator Insights here on TikTok. You can go to Google and ask what are the most frequently asked questions for whatever your niche is, and you can answer that within that giveaway. And remember, you can have ChatGPT create it for you or AI, and then ask it to put it in a PDF format, right? Go to Canva, create your book cover, and there you go. Put it all together, right? And then get them to sign up. So any courses, any giveaways, any newsletters or what have you, start building your audience, your tribe, your community. And then get them to do reviews, right? And this is if you're doing a business. If you're just doing it for a quick side hustle, then most people don't care. All right. So that is everything that I had for you. Let me go back over for those that are new in the room. I wanted to share my sent mail with you and go over the stuff that I went over at the beginning of the podcast. So if you all have any questions, you can drop them in the chat for me and I'll answer. So next week, I'm not sure what the topic is going to be for next week. I was going to let you all pick because Nish, unfortunately, she couldn't get on tonight, but she picked this topic. So if you have a particular topic, I know a topic that I have prepared if no one gives me a better one. But if you have an idea for something that you want to see, just shoot me a DM and let me know, or you can drop it tonight in the chat or send me a DM. It's easier if you send me a message because when I'm editing, to be honest, I don't look at the notes. All right, but I'm going to get this live uploaded because it is over an hour. I'm going to put this one on. Okay, I got you, Shay. We're working on that one anyway. Okay, perfect. So she just gave me a topic. So there you go. How to get in touch with investors for a small business. So that'll be our topic for next week. Investors, small business investors, and how to contact them. And there is a format for that. All right, so there you go. Shay, thank you. Give me 1 second here. I have to do a verification. Okay. All right. So Shay, thank you for that. All right. So again, follow me over. If you're not subscribed on YouTube, you can watch the replay and get what you need. Some people just come over there and look at the comments because the full live is uploaded on YouTube. If you have any questions or if you have a topic that you want to see on the podcast, and like I said, I'm going to start doing pop-up lives. But before you go, let me show you the scent mail that I got and the reviews that I have to do again. So you'll come back and check out my TikTok shop for me. So I just got this today. Haven't even opened it yet. See, it's still in the plastic. This is called Lan Awad. It is from the company Risala. And again, here's a note about Arabic fragrances. If you're new to that world, make sure when you get them that they have this seal. It's a seal from Dubai. I don't know if you can see that logo on there, but that lets you know that you're buying an authentic product. All right, every Arabic fragrance has that. Also, I have to do a review, and I'm really excited about this one for Dossier. If you're not familiar with them, they do inspired by, because we can't say DUP on TT. So this one's ambery vanilla. So you'll be seeing I can't hold this right. You'll be seeing a review coming on that. This is inspired by YSL Opium. Charisse, my friend. All right, and then I mentioned these last week, but I've actually been using them. You've probably seen them around TikTok. Stormy's Better Alt and Better Alt. And then also the hydrating mask. These are amazing. Amazing, amazing. So you will see the reviews coming on that. And please support me on that, even if you just like the content. And it's funny, Charisse is actually my TikTok shop coach, and she just happened to come in at that time. So let her know that I'm really talking about it. All right, thank you for the gifts. Shay, are you still in here? I want to show you something. And if you all have any questions while you're waiting, look at this, Shay. This is from Candle Company. I'm trying to cover his name on here. But what do you think this is? And don't y'all tell her either if you were in here on the live. What do you think this is? Can you see that? Take a guess. And this is a heavy bottle too, by the way. I'll hold it up again so you can see. Because you can't see the name of who it is. What do you think that is? So I'll give you a hint. This is a perfume bottle, but he actually this is actually room spray that he put in a perfume bottle. So we were talking about packaging. You see how that's a perfume bottle? But this is actually room spray. Yep. So it's all in packaging, right? Because you would think this is perfume, but this is actually room spray. So it looks luxe, right? So it's simple packaging. These come from Amazon. This bottle right here. Amazon. This is room spray. But if you have a fragrance audience like I do, and we all love things that are luxe, right? This is room spray. So remember I told you, gave you some ideas. If you're a maker, dryer balls, laundry detergent, carpet fresh. It's all in packaging, right? This, I dropped something on this. I don't know what this is on here. Probably something from Zeus. But you can get these bags like this. So ignore this right here. You can get these bags like this. They come in different colors. This has a window right here. But you can get these on Amazon. Again, it's all in packaging, right? It's the eye. It's what's visually pleasing to the eye. Here's all the company information on the back of it. So it's all about packaging. And remember, for those of you that are just doing a quick holiday come up, stocking stuffers. Here's a sample. Here's an oil sample. So this is perfume. Here's oil. And I had showed you, I gave this as an example. Let me turn this around. For lip gloss, right? So you could put these are 3 stocking stuffers right here. You can buy lip gloss pre-made on Amazon, buy these little containers and pump it in there. It comes with everything that you need. Sorry about that noise. It comes with everything that you need. Great stocking stuffer. There you go. So hopefully I gave you all some ideas. Don't forget about print on demand. It doesn't cost you anything to get started. They just pay. Like this is an example of that. Excuse me. You can design it on Canva for free. Keisha, that's a big market right now. The laundry detergent and the carpet fresh is back again. Those dryer balls. Listen, you can go on TikTok shop and search it. Trust me, they're making good money. It's all in content. And make sure that you focus the content to your audience. So we will be back here next Wednesday. Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Excuse me, and it's all in packaging. So we will be back here next Wednesday. Oh, here's a note that I wrote before I forget. Always captions. Always put captions on your videos. And when you have a live, encourage people to talk like you all are doing in the comments. It gets people out on the FYP. Gets you out on the FYP, and it gets people engaging because it's about the engagement, right? Welcome in, Lakia. Thank you for coming, right? So next week, we will talk about, because we just got our topic from QT, and Shay, thank you again for coming. If you don't, matter of fact, if you have not been to QT Luxuries, let me go into my content creator mode. Go check her out, qtluxuries.com. She's running an insane sale. I think she's lost her mind. She's running a code for this week, 50, as in 50% off, with the code See You Soon, SEE, You Soon. She just dropped it in the chat. I don't get me, but I wanted to wait until she got here so I could make sure. But check her out. Always check her out on here too, because you never know. She might run some giveaways. Last week she gave away, when we did a big live with her, she gave away a ton of products. Go look at my story. Go look at her story. She's got amazing perfumes. She's an actual maker, a small maker. So go support her. But definitely, she's got a variety: perfumes, body oils, all of that stuff. Yeah, I like everything that I have. Oh, well, we'll take you up on that. So maybe, okay, Sharice, I'll be in touch with you probably tomorrow. We'll probably, if she's up to it, we'll do a giveaway probably next week, because usually when she comes in the live, she does giveaways. So next week, the topic is going to be, if you are a business, how do you pitch to investors? If you are a small business, how do you get investors and how do you pitch to them? I got to think of a creative title because that's a mouthful. If you all have any questions, let me know. But here's my call to action. If you all could follow me on all social media, IG, YouTube is the big boy, and of course here, please follow me. Keep up with me, and this episode will be over on YouTube, probably posted tomorrow. But that's all I had, unless you all had some questions for me. It is 10 o'clock on the dot. Shay Lakia said hello. Thank you for coming, Lakia. I appreciate it. What's up, Maury? You came back? No, Keisha, don't do that. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No. You got to serve the Lord first. You already know. You can catch the replay. The replays are all on YouTube, by the way, including the blend ones. We probably did a couple hundred recipes last month. I think we did almost 1,000 between the 4 episodes. Fall blends, winter blends, popular TikTok blends for women, popular TikTok blends for men. Do y'all see how Keisha just tried to blame me? Talking about she got to play, she might play hooky next week from Bible study. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. All right. But if you all don't have anything else, my allergies are acting up. I did good to make it through. Oh, yes, I'm gonna start doing more pop-up lives too. That was one thing that I said I was going to do. Sharice left out of here, but that is one thing that she has challenged me with is to start doing pop-up lives for a TikTok shop, and then you can come in and we can kick it just like this. It's just not going to be the podcast because I don't like being on camera, but it is what it is. I have a business and I got to get out there. So if you have any questions, anything I can help you with, let me know. But if not, I'm going to close out the live so I can go support Miss Amy. Amy's perfect with her fur babies, with the kitties. But join us here next week and every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Shishi, if you are still in here, let me see when I can get on when you have time. We'll do a late night live where we can just talk about our favorite thing. Okay, what'd you say, Keisha? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna mix them up. Daytime, midday. Um, oh, for sure. Yeah. During the day, a lot of people say you can listen in the background. We'll be talking about something crazy. I just have to make sure I don't link any products to it unless it's an actual TikTok shop live. But absolutely, that's one thing I do want to start doing more so that we all can get our products out there. See, they got me talking, y'all, so I apologize, but it just made me think of something. If you have a business and you want to do what QT Luxuries did last week, we had a 3-hour live with her. I don't think y'all are going to top that one, but let me know and I will gladly do an episode for you or a pop-up live so we can start getting some of these businesses out here and start supporting each other. So if that is something you're interested in, contact me. Let me know. Preferably in the fragrance niche, candle maker, soap maker, anything fragrance is my area, but I'm open. If it's another business, I have to do a separate live for it, but let me know. What's up, Iggy Mom? We're getting ready to get out of here, but another winner from last week's giveaway. She was a big winner, too. She got a couple things. But check out QT Luxuries. Don't forget to check out, so Iggy Mom, for you, you're going to have to catch the replay. Oh, I got Firefox in here. What? See, do y'all see what happens? I just hit the FYP again, too. We've been on here 2 hours. And so I'm hitting the FYP. Oh, so now Nish comes in. Nish, you're fired. You're fired. I love you dearly, but you're fired. I did the whole episode. So for Nish, for Iggy Mom, for Firefox, how long are you ladies going to be on? Because I'll open up a separate live, but I have to cut off the podcast for me for editing. But I could jump back on and we can keep talking. Because, Nish, I did my thing. You could ask them. I went deep into it. You'd be proud of me. And this was your topic you picked. Next week's topic, for those that are still in here, is going to be if you have a small business, how to pitch to investors. And Shishi, for the last time, are you still in here? She might have got off because she works at night. I have to do a late night live for, I promised Shishi I was going to do some late night lives. So that for the West Coast. Oh, I appreciate you. It'll be over on YouTube because it's long. But basically, we talked about side hustles, how to start them. We talked about several suggestions and where to get the supplies. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'll upload this live over to YouTube. If I don't upload it tonight, I'll upload it tomorrow. Y'all see, I get excited about the support because I love my community, and I meet more and more people each day. But yes, so I'm going to stop the live here. So check it out over on YouTube, but I might start another live. I don't know. Depends upon how late everybody's gonna be up. I might start another live here shortly. But that is all that I have. I have run just a few minutes over because I saw my ladies come in. But I wish everybody a week of abundance and love, and definitely I appreciate all the support. All right. So I will see you all next Wednesday at 8 p.m. If you want to catch the replay of this, go over to YouTube, Bubbles and Flames Podcast. And if you don't mind, give me a subscribe over there. All right. And I will see you all next week. Shay, I will talk to you tomorrow. Keisha, probably you tomorrow. And Nish, I'm going to send you a message in just a few minutes. Janine, if you're in the car, I appreciate you coming on over. And everybody else, thank you for all the support. And I'll talk to you all next week. Good night. Court and Rob, thank you as always. Good night.